first, I think the best words of exhortation that you can ever give is just your testimony. And I really feel strong about that because that's how I feel is the best words of exhortation is giving testimony about what God has done in your life. I mean, He does a lot of things in my life. So many things. I mean, if I actually put out how many things He does in my life, we'll be here for, days on end. So, but I'll just go on just for this week. God's done a lot for me and my family. First of all, that He's done is we got our own place. Our own place, and I thank God for that. Just having our own place, that right there is just a blessing all by itself. There's times where my husband said as well too earlier, is that where I thought that we're in this, this rut, where we're always going to be in this one place, and this circumstance, and I kept on thinking to myself, I mean, it's going to be, like this forever. Devil put that in your head about it's going to be like this forever. It's going to be like this, and all this negativity, around me, and it makes it hard to actually, to do, your job and function. We have all this negativity and everything like that around you. And it was funny when God blessed us with this, with our place that we have now. It's like when I stepped through the foot, it was by myself actually. It was by myself. My husband's at work, and my son's at school, and I went to go see the apartment the first time, and it was like my life was lit up. I was really excited. I was happy. I was thank God for this place. It was just wonderful. It was when we saw the model of the house. It was even model of the place before. It wasn't even nothing like the model. It was better than the model that he saw. And I was so excited. I was thank God for it. Everything. It was like more. It was positivity within the house, and it was wonderful. And I thank God for having that. It's kind of like a new life. That He brought into our family. And and He does that for me, just in my own self. Even before this happened, I felt that He's been doing a lot of good things and bringing new positivity into my life. When things I need to be doing as a wife and as a mother, He brought that to me before that happened. But it's more there now, and I thank God for that. For doing that for me. And God's steadily helping my health. He's always doing something. It was Thursday or Friday. I started having a lot of chest pain, a lot of congestion, and a lot of where I couldn't really breathe. And I was like, what is going on with me? It's really hard to breathe and everything. So I was just of course, first instinct is they'll put in you like, you need to go to the hospital. You need to go, to the hospital and do this and everything. And my husband was praying for me, and I was praying as well. Just, and prayer works. Amen. Prayer works. I'm telling you, prayer works completely. And now today, I'm a little bit congested, but God's been has really from not really being able to breathe at all to now it's a big. It's only Sunday, and that's happened Friday. So, I thank God for just quickness. Yes. Quickness. Amen. And I thank God for the relationship. For that. Because if I didn't have a relationship, then He wouldn't listen to my prayer because I have a relationship. I thank God for having that relationship with Him, so He can. And that, my prayers are instant. That instant prayer. Yes. I thank God for it. I really thank God for instant prayers because I have that relationship with Him. And I encourage everyone to have a relationship with God.
Glory to God.
Continuously have a relationship because people think, that certain things happen in their life. They're like, why does that happen to my life? Why does that happen to my life? Why? This is just doesn't make no sense. Then they think about, they start thinking other places, negativity things, and they think about, they don't go back to themselves and think about, well, maybe all this stuff is happening in my life because maybe I'm not doing what I should be doing.
Yes.
And have, and you gotta really, calculate and think yourself, is my relationship's not where it should be with God. Why all this stuff is happening to me, because you can bring negativity into yourself.
Of course.
Just all by yourself. Just
Amen.
think about negativity. And so, you gotta, really evaluate yourself. It's all about evaluation.
Amen.
About evaluating yourself. you know, and that's really important. You know, not only for women, you know, because today is our Women's Day. You know, for today we have every fifth Sunday. God put that in Pastor's hand for us to have every fifth Sunday to have, you know, have it going on. So, I mean, you know, not only for women, but it's for everyone. We should all evaluate ourselves daily. Just think about, you know, what are we not doing to, you know, to be, you know, to actually really live through God.
Yes.
And I do that. I try to do that every day. Try to think of what, you know, what am I not doing? What I'm not doing that I know that's not, you know, because subconsciously you might be doing something that you just don't know that you're not doing.
Yes.
That's not right. So I thank God for that. Just continuously, you know, to continuously to live for Him and do what I need to do to be to
Glory
Him.
to God.
And I think for also know that this week is making ways out of no ways. I mean, me and my husband were talking about earlier in Sunday school, and he was teaching it. Was just that we were thinking about, okay, well, you know, God was this place, and we're like, okay, we've got to pay rent, and then like, okay, what we're gonna do about other stuff, and of course we start thinking about other situations and what we should do, and God's so good. He'll put thoughts in to other people just to give you money, and it's so amazing how He does that. He'll give to anyone just to give you money, to provide you with your needs. And I thank God for that. I do. I thank God for that. Just give you. He will. Because you got to continually remember that it's not about what you want. About what your mind thought, how you must solve the situation. You have to think about what would God do, what Jesus Christ would do in this situation, how I can fix this problem. You gotta seek Him first, because He's our source. About our continuous source from what we do. And sometimes it's as a person we sometimes forget about that. Forget about especially when stuff comes down and you're like, what am I gonna do? You always think about scattering. And everything, but like little ants, when water comes, and scatter, and it's kind of like, with us, the people, we do the same thing. Situations come on, we scatter. We scatter. So, but you have to continue to think, think, hey, wait, common sense comes into play, and wisdom comes from God that gives, because God gave us wisdom. And wisdom comes to play. We need to know God's our source. Let's seek Him, and be down on our knees and start praying. That's all I can do in this situation. So I thank God for not only just those small things that God does for you, just this 1 week, but I thank God for all the things He's done. And and that's I just want people to keep on to do that every day. Do that constantly. Just think about when you're in a down mood, you're depressed, or any kind of anxiety happening on you. Just think about just one thing, just one little thing that He done. And of course, when He give you one thing, first of all, He woke you up. So I'll go ahead and give you one thing you should be thankful for, is that God woke you up this morning.
Amen.
So and just keep on doing anything what God does for you, and that will uplift you all by itself.
Amen.
So I just want to thank God for being here, and God bless.